The Real Chaplin by Samuel Goldwyn. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Although I had heard much of Charlie Chaplin from various friends we shared in common, I did not meet him until after I had been in the industry for 2 years. That first sight of him surprised me as much as it always does those who know only the familiar comedian of the black mustache and baggy trousers. A slender fellow, smooth-shaven, waves of crisp black hair, dark blue eyes that have that peculiar smoky quality of the autumn hills. Here is the catalogue of his outward self, but of course you cannot compress into a catalogue the charm of his face. There is charm there, even beauty. In this connection, indeed, I remember Chaplin's telling me laughingly that his mother once protested indignantly at his makeup. "Why do you want to make yourself look hideous?" said she. "You who are so beautiful." But although his contours are satisfactory, and his eyes exceedingly handsome, the real interest of Chaplin's face lies in its perpetual and sensitive absorptions. He seems always listening. Even when he is talking most animatedly, he is watching you, wondering about you, quite evidently trying to fit you and your words into some pattern. When you yourself are talking, you get the full force of this vivid listening. Mack Sennett has often spoken about this characteristic message of his face as it was revealed to him during Chaplin's first studio days. He'd sit there for hours, records Mack, just staring at people. I couldn't make out what he was thinking about. Since that first meeting of ours, acquaintance has developed into friendship, which I certainly count one of the privileges of my life. From that friendship, it is hard to detach myself for an objective survey of the gifted pantomimist. Even had I not been so close to him, I should find formidable the task of analysis, for Chaplin is a maze of contradictions, and no sooner have you affixed to him any one attribute than, lo, the next moment has swept it away. Chaplin loves power. As no one else whom I have ever met, he loves it. Money contributes to this sense. Therefore he sticks out for his largest contract, and therefore he saves a great deal of his earnings. But it affords him just as much consciousness of power to think that he, Chaplin, can afford to walk away from those assembled actors and stagehands. Ergo, he does that. I have often been asked if Chaplin is amusing when away from the screen. He is, thoroughly so. His mimicry is delightful. His dancing is perhaps even more so. To see Chaplin improvising a London street scene with William DeMille, to hear him deliver the speech of a Jewish manufacturer at a banquet where he had been presented with a loving cup, to watch his imitations of some fashionable rhythmic dancer. At one of these last performances he carried a cuspidor as a Greek vase, and concluded by deftly catching it in the crook of his knee. Such are the memories of Charlie treasured by those who know him. I always like to think of the day when he got back from Europe. He came straight away to my office to see me, and I never heard anything so infectious as those descriptions of his triumphal tour. When he came to the story of his decoration with the Legion of Honor, he reached a high peak in that imitative narrative of which he is such a perfect master. Yet, here again, you are faced by another of those contrasts which bewilder the biographer. There are certain days when, instead of drollery and pungent narrative, He presents a well of unfathomable silence. On such days he runs away from the studio and from everybody. For hours he will sit motionless in his room. Or perhaps, starting off alone, he will wander into an orange grove or tramp through the hills around Hollywood. End of The Real Chaplin by Samuel Goldwyn, read by Tom Merritt.